Whenever we mention Urban Matters, we always call it Development Corporation New Style, because we seek partnerships with the non-usual suspects. These are not just civil society, but in the south it's local authorities, because we deal with urban development. And in the north it's also the private sector. In the past, the private sector was a bit of an odd player in the game, because they were after a profit, and we were basically a non-profit organization. Well, to work with the private sector, you have to speak their language. So it's crucial that they're sure that we're not just seeking their money. We're seeking their experiences with new products, services, financing modalities, and that together we sit down and work up new business models. Because so far the market hasn't reached the south yet, but if we work on it together, maybe we can find successful solutions that have a benefit for them, but also a benefit for the people living in those neighborhoods. Previously I used to work for a large private sector company, so I'm familiar with their way of working. And after that I worked as a consultant on sustainable urban development. So I know these organizations from the inside out, so I can also relate to their take in the whole matter. Due to my experiences, it's much easier to formulate a common agenda. We don't have the same goals, but we have an overlap in our goals. And you have to look at it from both positions, both perspectives, and then it's easier to formulate that agenda. Slum neighborhoods have a big advantage, or at least a positive challenge. That is, there's no real infrastructure yet. So if you want to bring new solutions in there, you can actually leapfrog new solutions. What we mean by that is, for instance, mobile telephones. If you go into the slums, everyone has a mobile telephone. But before they had mobile, they were never connected to a landline. So new solutions can actually land faster in these areas. Our own added value is our knowledge of the local stakeholders, the neighborhoods, but we're not the experts in solar energy. So we really seek these partnerships on their core competences. We're not after money, we're not after easy solutions by just adopting small projects, but we really seek long-term partnerships which involve both local authorities and innovative partners. We're not the ones making the decisions, but we're the ones sitting at the head of the table and making sure that decisions are being made. And in that same process, we realize that it's always necessary to bring in new impulses, bring in new ideas, to keep people inspired and motivated to really come up with new ideas that could not only solve the problems of their own neighborhood, but maybe solve the problems of many other slum neighborhoods in the developing world. I would say if you're really after a social impact, you should align the various initiatives that are there. There are so many new ideas and new concepts and products that are just laying on the table or are not implemented very well. I think that our team sends the same message as Core Urban Matters does as a whole. We're all complementary to one another. So our experience and knowledge, some of them in the field, some of them in coming up with new financing modalities, some of them with good access to foundations. There's a clear added value, like 1 + 1 is 3.